We are live.
Welcome to MBG Podcast Episode 4. It's probably going to be a short one. We didn't really, yeah. So, to start off, we're probably going to go with Brooker. Brooker, I see you have BVS.
Oh, shit.
I'm going to put you on the spot, man.
Wow. Alright. Yeah, Batman vs. Superman. Comic-Con, a teaser trailer, I guess you could say, was revealed. And it was short. It showed Batman pretty much turning on the bat signal into the sky, and then Superman flying forward with his eyes glowing red, obviously. And that was pretty much it, but it's pretty cool. Batman's eyes were glowing in it, and looks all armored up. So
now, who's playing Batman? I forget his name.
Ben Affleck.
Are you excited about this?
I'm gonna withhold my judgment until I see the movie.
Fair enough.
Because
I think that's the best. That's the best approach people could take, because a lot of people have formulated an opinion, and we don't really know how, he'll do until we actually see his performance.
yeah, and a lot of people were like, when they heard Ben Affleck was gonna be Batman, they're like, oh great, it's gonna be another Daredevil where it's gonna be horrible. He's gonna be horrible at it. But Daredevil, you gotta also blame the writers and the directors on that partly. Ben Affleck even came out and said when it was first announced he was going to be Batman that if he thought it was going to be another Daredevil, he wouldn't have accepted the role.
I'm Batman.
When I first heard Ben Affleck, I thought the same thing when I first heard. I was like, oh my God, Ben Affleck, are you serious? But then I started talking to my buddies, and they were like, well, just give him a chance and see how he does, and then then decide, because he's been in a lot of good movies. He's not a bad actor, so.
And apparently, when Heath Ledger was announced to be Joker, I think this was like just in the beginning of Reddit. I don't even know if Reddit was around at this point. But when he was announced, apparently the internet went all up in arms, like, oh, he's going to kill the role, he's going to do horrible at it, he's going to kill the role of Joker. And look, at Dark Knight, he's up there and probably one of the best acting performances, at least in my opinion, out there. He did it super well. So it's something where, granted, when Heath Ledger was announced as Joker, I was just like, whatever, what are you guys laughing at?
Apparently,
We have somebody navigating behind the camera, and we're just like watching them.
I thought one of you guys farted or something.
Anyways.
So back to Batman.
Stand behind the camera now.
But yeah, I'm withholding my judgment until I see it. So we'll see how it goes. Kind of like how I'm feeling about the Ninja Turtles movie coming out next week.
They look stupid, though. You cannot say that they look.
Yeah, the Turtles. I'm not a fan of how the Turtles look, but if it's a good story, good writing, everything like that, it's gonna go past how it looks for me. Kind of like video games. Fear was looking back. Even though Fear, the game, doesn't have good graphics for today's standards, I will go back and play it because of the story, because of the thrill factor. So
As long as they don't rip the story out, it'll probably be good, but I really hate the new look of the characters. They're just absolutely horrible.
yeah, I'm not a fan of it either, but I'm gonna wait and see how the story plays out.
If the story plays out, it'll probably be alright.
I don't like how they changed Shredder to some white businessman, and the foot soldiers are fucking mercenaries with guns. Like,
Really?
What happened to the Foot Clan being ninjas and Shredder being a samurai dude? Like, what? That to me, that's the real story.
Have you seen how the Shredder is gonna look in this?
Yeah. I mean, his body battle suit or whatever that thing that he makes, it looks like the old Shredder, but still, the fact that it's like a completely different guy from a completely different place, it's like they changed the story so much.
Yeah.
I think they went a little bit overkill with this suit.
But it could be a good movie. Who knows?
It could be, yeah.
I
Like I
shouldn't
said,
judge it.
I'm waiting
I'll
to
probably
withhold
download
my
it.
judgment until I see it.
I heard that Guardians of the Galaxy is really good.
That's what I've heard too. I'm trying to see it.
Box offices right now.
Didn't it get like a shit ton of money too?
Yeah.
I heard a lot of people thought it was going to be really shitty.
Yeah.
From what I hear. I mean, from everybody I know, everybody thought it looked like a terrible movie, and then I guess everybody just loves it. I haven't seen it yet.
It looks pretty cool.
No. But I guess so. I see you have Witcher. You want to talk about Witcher? Or I'm just going to kind of awkwardly stare at you now.
The Witcher.
The Witcher.
The intro to
Story
the
time.
It's good. It's good.
Now, which one are you talking about? Are you talking about the first one? Are you talking about the new one coming out, or just all of them in general?
The first one.
When does the new one come out?
The new one comes out, I believe, next year, early next year.
All right, so I got time.
Yeah, but The Witcher looks good, and it's fun, and there's really deep. Apparently, there's a big difference between the first one and the second one. I haven't played the second one yet, so I know Brooker has put about an hour into The Witcher. He said
Something like that. Maybe closer to 2 or 3, actually.
Yeah,
It says 2.
It's kind of it's kind of hard to get into the game because they throw everything at you at the beginning. I mean, like you have big amounts of like right after you have the combat system, you have the different types of combat that you have to engage in, which is pretty simple. But then you get into crafting. They don't, from what I got from it, they don't even really explain the crafting to you much. They just kind of like, here you go, you need to make potions depending on your difficulty. I don't know, is that how you feel too, Brooker?
I don't know. I'm still confused and lost at what I'm doing. I barely know the story. I know in the beginning you're in some castle and you get attacked, and then they're like, go find this person. I don't know what the hell I'm doing right now.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Some glowing radioactive dogs are attacking me, and...
Oh, all right, I know where you're at. I know where you're at. That's fun. The Belgos or whatever?
Yeah, that.
Yeah, that. But no, yeah, the story definitely takes off once you hit later on in the game. After you put in some time, like, I don't know, it just sucked me in after I played it for a little bit. Like, I wasn't that thrilled about it at the beginning because it's kind of slow to take off. But then you start getting intricate with the story. It's great. I mean, I remember one of the quests around there. You have to get drunk with some guy, and then you're like wobbling around, and you have to fight stuff, and it's
I'm
fun.
installing it now.
I mean, if you're obviously going out and getting drunk with some guy, it's got to be a great game.
Yeah, I guess it's a good concept.
Do I want to know what
Yeah, I
happens
mean-
after you get too
Maybe-
drunk?
Maybe you got to play it drunk to kind of like get right with that character.
Maybe.
You got to be in the characters.
You got to be in the character spot.
character state of mind.
It could be completely confusing that way.
I understand what that man is saying,
Yes.
even though it makes no sense.
It makes perfect sense.
But I mean, with the whole concept of just like throwing yourself into the game, I mean, when I first started playing Guild Wars 2, they just kind of throw you into the game, and then you basically get a certain amount of skills and a certain weapon, and you just kind of play the game. I mean, it's not very. There's not a lot of tutorial to the game. There is just variants where it just kind of pops up on the menu, and you just kind of do the shit. You don't really just. You don't learn the game. It's just kind of you're just in this world and you gotta fucking survive.
You know, I kind of prefer that hitting the ground running style game because otherwise you gotta like a slow start, and honestly, a slow start I get kind of bored of it. As long as they have a good layout that's telling you, like Guild Wars shows you, what you're supposed to go do. In the beginning, it gives you some hints and stuff, so that's kind of nice. But I don't like.
It gives you the only thing it gives you in the beginning is just like it gives you like
Here,
a
go
couple
do
like
this.
green tornado fucking things. And then like a green fucking star, and you're like, well, which one do I go to? Because it doesn't really tell you the difference.
You just run.
You're just like, I'm gonna go to the fucking green thing because it's a green thing on my map randomly, and I'm assuming it's a checkpoint or some fucking shit, and it doesn't really explain it. Eventually, you start to learn that the green star is your actual objective, and then the green tornado-looking fucking thing is the basically how you get there through portals or whatever fucking waypoints you want to go.
Fucking.
Shit.
Well, fucking very much.
But I mean, the overall concept, the way Guild Wars kind of throw you into the game, and it's basically a good way to grow with your character because you're actually learning your actual character's story, and there's not an actual tutorial, so it doesn't seem so digital.
Definitely agree.
Yeah, it seems more this is you and you're actually growing with your character and actually learning with your character, rather than here is a set of rules you have to go by, which I find intriguing and interesting.
I kind of hate games every time I play and it just pops up another window. And I'm like, I just want to learn myself. Leave me alone.
I mean, Jared, you played Guild Wars 2. What are your thoughts on Guild Wars 2?
I think the biggest appeal for me to Guild Wars is the things that it offers that other MMOs don't. Like, for instance, the world versus world PvP and all those cool little things that it has. And it may not have mounts, it may not have a couple other things that a lot of MMOs have, but it still makes up for that in other areas because it offers so much more in different ways. And it's, there's no subscription, so right there, that's a winner for me.
That is a big plus. That is a huge plus. But I think, like you said, it doesn't really do what most MMOs do. It doesn't have the standard 3. It doesn't have the standard, berserker support and tank, or damage dealer. It actually, every character can really do pretty much everything. Some classes are better at it, but any class or any profession can really do anything, which is, it makes the game concept a lot more.
It makes it better to play for everybody.
Yeah, it makes it more diverse.
You don't have some guy that's like retardedly good because
well, you still have those assholes in PvP that just come up to you and they're just like, fuck you,
and they
just
stab you and you're dying. You're like, what the fuck? What do you have on?
Yeah, you got those assholes.
But everybody's pretty much on the same playing field with that game, which is a great concept, actually.
Yeah, and I think to go back to the mounts is the world, they've done a great job creating the world and making it detailed. I still find myself running around places. I'm like, wow, this is the landscape, the way that they built it. I don't ever really feel like I'm running in the same place twice. I don't feel like I'm exploring the exact same area. And you run across fast enough. Whereas if you were on a mount, you'd just be over to the other edge of the map.
You would miss all the nice detailed work they put into the game. And that's exactly why they have the vistas, so you can actually enjoy the scenery of the game. Obviously, if you have a decent amount of processor and graphics card. Because, I was running the game on my laptop, and it was shat-tastic. And, it wasn't really worth to watch the vistas. But, if you actually are able to run the game on decent graphics, they're actually really enjoyable.
It reminds me of the Assassin's Creed, where you go up on the tower and you get, you sleep with the area.
Exactly.
Reminds me of that. Another thing about that game, I'm sorry, were you going to say something?
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say something that popped in my head while we were talking. Another thing that I think is really cool about Guild Wars 2 is in most MMOs, if you want to go do quests with people, you have to party up with them. But you don't have to do that in Guild Wars. You can just be running around in the wilderness, see guys doing a quest, run over, jump into their quest, and help them and get the points for it. Whereas if this was WoW or most other MMOs, you couldn't do that. It's so restrictive. You can't just jump into someone else's quest like that. I think that's super awesome how you can do that.
The new Mega server, they really improved on that too, because now all the servers are kind of combined, and there's a lot more people running around in areas to do those missions, so that's really nice. So if you're not, the most popular person on the game,
I don't
you
like
can still play it. Yeah. Or if you just want to be a really lonely player and do the same thing repetitively, there'll be people there to support you at least.
Oh yeah. I understand that. If you're going to play an MMO, you should obviously be a little bit social.
The game is definitely more about discovery. I don't think it's all about the complete fighting. There's a lot of landscape, and they put a lot of detail in that game for that. So it's really nice.
And on to another subject. How are you failing at Counter-Strike, Brooker?
Oh, I just suck. I'm not good at all. I bought it a couple weeks ago because I was like, no, I want to play a first-person shooter. I don't really have any for my PC, and it's Counter-Strike seems to be popular. I'll try it. I bought it. I don't think I got a kill for the first 2 or 3 matches.
Are you playing the ranked, or what are you playing, casual?
Casual, I think. I'm just
try ranked. It's living hell, but it's amazing. It's so fun. I love it. It's so terrible and so fucking. People get so angry and rage and vote kick you and so much anger. I love it. Fucking love it.
I love when people are pissed off.
They take it so seriously. People take it so fucking seriously on the ranked.
You're making
Try it out sometime. I'll play with you if you ever want to play, man. I love that game.
Dude, I love pissing people off. because they take games too seriously.
But yeah, no, I mean, CS:GO obviously has a lot of, dedicated players that are going to take the game way too seriously because there's tournaments and shit that revolve around it. Like, people just know, like, there's people that, just play Counter-Strike. Like, they played Source, all they played was Source, and then CS:GO came out, and they're like, this is all I'm going to play now. Like, you got those people.
It's like if you play Dota or any other really competitive game,
Well, any game with really honest, competitive, like, PvP, I mean, there's always going to be the elitists. Or anything that really just, like, is like a challenge, you're going to have the elitists that just, like, make it. So where it's just, like, it's life or death.
Yeah, I mean, the stakes are really up, too, when there's, like, global tournaments for these games. Like, people are fighting to be the best, and this is why they're taking it so seriously, because they want to go pro. They want to be on a pro team, they want to make money off this, so, like, when you piss them off, they're like, fuck your face.
Fuck your face!
There's still a lot of cool people, though, in those communities that have the high competitiveness. They're still worth playing in. I think a lot of people are intimidated by games like that. Like, some people don't want to play competitive or ranked games. Like, I got a buddy, all he wants to play is casual because he doesn't want to piss people off. And I'm like, I understand that, but at the same time, you shouldn't limit yourself of what you could play based on how other people respond to you playing. You should still be able to have fun no matter what. That's the way.
Yeah. You shouldn't be like, well, I'm not going to touch that because I'm just going to piss people off. Like, that's ruining your experience.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I have to. Well, I mean, I have to agree with that because I'm not a very competitive person. I mean, I like just to enjoy the game. Like, I like PvE. I don't like PvP. I'm not a competitive person when it comes to, like, fighting other people. I just like to enjoy the game. So when people start to, like, get on you for being really shitty, it starts to ruin the game for you. So it's not as fun as if you would want it to be when people aren't as accepting.
But I mean, you gotta get your your feet in the water. You just gotta do that, and then like Jared said, you're gonna find some cool guys that are chill, and they're like, you know what, it's all right, we understand.
Yeah, but like
I mean, there are those people out there.
80% of the people are really just like, oh, you gotta be fucking awesome when you first start playing the fucking game, and it's just like, that's not the way it works. Most people, when they start playing the game, they, if you don't play those kind of games, you fucking suck. You fucking suck. I mean, I'm not a good shooter. I mean, you give me a fucking gun in the game and I'm screwed. Yeah, I am fucking screwed. I spray and hope that I kill somebody, but it's not like that for me.
Usually, I sit most of my time in first persons at the spawn points. That's usually where I'm at. You want to kill me, you'll probably find me there.
Yeah, I'm dead in most of those games.
Yeah, no, I suck.
One good thing about the rank system on there is if you're a player and you don't play that well or you're just new to the game, it'll put you with other people who have the same type of skill. So, like, you don't get matched against super, super good people. Like, that usually doesn't happen. So that's something that's a little bit cool. That kind of helps deter that from happening.
Yeah, like they have, like, smart matchmaking. So, somebody who just started is not playing with somebody who's coming to go pro and or is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess it's a double-edged sword. Some people want to do it, some people don't. It's just with personal preference, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, fuck competitive shit. I really hate being competitive. I don't like it. I'd rather just, like, enjoy the game and not have to kill somebody else, and then they're all like, "Man, you killed me, you dirt." I don't like that. It's stupid, and I'd rather just not do it. I'd rather be in a team, and then we just accomplish something, and then that's it. I mean, what's the point of me versing you? I don't understand.
It's because it's competitive nature. I mean, it is human to be competitive, and it's fun. It's fun. Like, that's one of the main reasons why I love the original StarCraft. I love strategy games against people because, like, it's like a battle of the minds.
I get owned every time I play that game online. I've never beat anyone ever, but I still love playing it.
Get off the Asian server and you won't have that problem.
I played on a couple of Asian. I switched over to the Asian server for a little bit on StarCraft. That was fun.
Those guys are ridiculous.
That was fun.
They don't just beat you; they beat your soul.
Well, but they played. But it was weird because, like, in North America, you had, like, straight scenario maps, and then like the death matches and whatnot. But over in Asia, they actually played, like, the game modes that nobody even touched in North America.
Right.
Like nobody touched them, but they were playing them over there, and like I went to go and test them out, and they were fun. I mean, I had fun over there, and it was awesome playing a different experience after playing the game for like 3 years.
They're very sneaky. I mean, they'll come over with their drones and about kill you. I don't know how they do it, but they're good at it.
Sneaky, sneaky.
Sneaky. You gotta watch those guys. But there's a lot of good competitor games out there. Like I'm not a fan of first-person shooters. Honestly, I really can't play them anymore anyway. But
Fucking Modern Warfare fags.
yeah, I'm not a big fan of those kind of games. I played Black Ops here and there, but like Diablo 2, I was huge and competitive in that game. Loved
Well,
it.
because you were fucking stupid.
Well, I was, but it was because I enjoyed.
I
doing it.
hated
I was good
you.
at it.
Like, you just walk out and I'll be like, oh, Sean's here. I'm dead.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah, you don't even see him. Like he's got this like mega aura across a couple of screens, and you're dead. Like that was his game, though. I mean, that's what you played for years and years and years. Like
Years of time, not hours of time. Years of time.
yes. Like that's just what you do when you play those games.
Even in Guild Wars, though, even like the original Guild Wars, I mean, PvP in there was really fun. It was more team-based, but it was still, I enjoyed it.
Well, they
It was
still
great.
have the structured PvP in Guild Wars 2.
Right,
I mean, it's
well,
still
they
five.
do.
It's 5 against 5. Well, it's supposed to be.
Capture the Flag was really fun. I mean, but that was like with Zergs. I mean, you had people, tons. You had like, they were just running like Zergs, and it was.
Zergs meaning like Rover's World, like it is
No,
now.
not quite that big.
Because
But
I
still, like, I don't know, 10, 15 people in a pretty big, decent sized group.
You okay over there, Jared?
Yeah, I'm getting some heartburn.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
It's okay. I'm gonna take me one of these heartburn pills.
We gotta keep our MB murder beards. Gotta keep our murder beards good.
Healthy.
Good health. We
Healthy.
live forever, so I mean, we just gotta keep that going. I was making a reference to what Cody said the other day. He said murder beards don't die, so
Oh,
Don't?
Murder
Hold
Bird.
on, I'm gonna go test it.
I guess it's a true fact. Did I say it on podcast?
No.
Oh. Oh, I said yeah. Never mind. Sorry, I'm an idiot. But I guess another thing that I want to talk about, we are looking into possibly doing a custom computer build. So we would possibly doing, people would put in orders for the type of hardware they would want. We would also possibly doing custom cases. That would be something that we're interested in. Let us know, put in the comments, email us, one of the two. I don't really give a shit. We should have a contact us page on our website at murderbeardsgaming.net. You should be able to .net. Fuck you. And you can email us at there if you were interested. Sure.
Or even some ideas that you might want to see in a computer.
Exactly. I mean, if you even
if you
just
want to go
custom
more in
loads.
depth, Sean, I mean, you can. I know you were talking about doing a lot of stuff, and you do. And Sean here does a lot of custom computer stuff, custom building stuff. He's a very crafty man.
Yes.
Crafty man.
I
Um,
want 8 Titans.
well, I can't help you there. You probably don't have a big enough bank account, first of all.
I'm gonna go sell my car in my house.
Yes, that's pretty much it. It's gonna cost you your life.
See this? See this? We would own it.
Just that?
Just an arm.
Arm.
No
the-
legs. Just arm.
Just the arm. This left arm. I want it.
But yeah,
It's because he's a lefty.
Yeah.
anything with like custom sleeving or custom water loops, big builds, Crossfire, SLI, AMD, Intel, custom windows, stickers.
Stickers.
They want some stickers. Murderbird sticker, maybe.
We definitely should have stickers in our store.
We-
That's something we should.
Yeah.
We have buttons.
We should have stickers.
We have buttons.
We can get stickers.
They can buy their own kits and they can stick our logo on it if they want.
Put it on a
Yeah.
messenger bag.
It's official.
What'd you say, Jared?
I said, what are you gonna put a button on?
shirt.
Yeah.
We can put buttons on it.
See this spot right here? This open spot? I can put a button here.
I know people don't really ever use buttons unless it's like, vote for this person, but
We got
Murderbeards Gaming just cause.
Run
You
it
should
past
make
me.
one. You should make one that says "Vote for Murderbeards." Why
Well,
not?
Well, that's too like Napoleon Dynamite, and I fucking hate that movie. So
only one good part.
no.
Don't crush my tots.
There's no good parts in that movie. That movie like made me just dumb.
What about
Every time I used to watch that movie. Every night. I didn't necessarily like it, but I watched the beginning every time. And you know where they're putting out all the plates of food? I would always go and make pizza rolls because I was like, I always had pizza rolls. I was like, there's pizza rolls on that plate. That sounds good.
pizza roll?
Pizza rolls, and then just eat pizza rolls and watch the movie.
So you can't tell me when his uncle or whatever throws the football on his face when he's riding the bike and smokes him off. That isn't funny.
That's not funny.
That's because you're a faggot.
I don't like that movie. Every time I watch it, I just sit there with the same.
What about Z-Bush? You should check out that website by Z-Bush.
That's not an actual site, okay? That was. If you want to know Z-Bush, message me and I will send you the shared link. That's really all I can say about that one.
Message the contact page. Be like, I want to know about Z-Bush.
Yeah,
Z-Bush.
message murderbeardsgaming@gmail.com, and I will tell you about Z-Bush.
It could be the most randomest thing you've ever not seen.
There's literally nothing on that
Nothing.
website. There's nothing.
There's a wallpaper,
it's just,
I think.
No, there isn't. There's nothing. There's absolutely nothing. It's just a white box and a sitemap link.
I don't know.
That's really it.
Z-Bush.
I still see people messaging about this because I wouldn't fucking believe you.
I mean, there's
We're talking about a website that has nothing on it. Why would we talk about that?
I think we
because
should
it's
put the
Z-Bush.
lighthouse
Z-Bush.
back up there.
Z-Bush is Z-Bush.
Have you guys ever seen Zombo.com?
What?
Zombo.com? You should check it out
What
sometime.
is- I don't.
I don't even
Should we
trust
check
that
should we-
wording. No.
Yeah, I don't.
It's like a similar website. There's really nothing there, but
Oh.
it's awesome.
Waiting for like a giant penis to pop on my screen or something.
Why are we gonna go into penises every time?
It's
They
natural.
make websites like that too, Sean, but I couldn't tell you the links for them. Sorry.
My chair just broke.
Badass.
Anyways,
Lemon party.
it just broken. See, yeah, it
So,
doesn't matter.
yeah,
The podcast will go on.
Jared, or not Jared, Brooker. I see you did. You recently played Dark Souls 2 and the DLC. How was it?
It was good.
You lost your.
You're leaving.
It was a little bit more straightforward to get to than the first DLC or the first Dark Souls DLC. In the first Dark Souls, to find the DLC, you had to go pretty much jumping through flaming loops of fire, and it was very difficult to find. Pretty much without any help in the first game, it was almost probably impossible to find the DLC. This one, it told you straight up where it was, which I was kind of pissed off about. Because one of the things I liked about Dark Souls is it doesn't tell you straight up where to go. But it wasn't that hard. I beat it fairly quickly. I think it took about like 3 hours, and like I remember reading like in the description, it's like, the enemies are all new. You just can't circle around them and beat them. And I pretty much did exactly that, just circle around the enemy and beat them. But it wasn't bad. I mean, I'm looking forward to the next two. So, but I think that's pretty much it.
Sorry, Booker. I don't know why he's laughing.
I'm not.
You are
right.
so unprofessional, you fuck.
You know what? He just.
Give him
you
a good
circled
slap
around
for
him.
me.
If you call me a faggot, I swear to God.
I didn't even say anything.
Anyways, also server related.
Deal with
stuff. Did you want to discuss what you?
Yeah, I know Joel, a couple times I talked to him, he said he was doing this for like Minecraft server and stuff. What are we doing for that? Were we still planning on doing something like that, or?
Right now the GSP concept is still in the works. I know we want to do other game panels. We want to possibly do our own game panel. So the functionality is more of what we want to do rather than using somebody else's game panel. So I know we downgraded and we're going to host the website on our server currently, and then possibly upgrade within the near future to do more of the GSP, so we can actually have more functionality.
If we do program one, I volunteer to assist in making the front end
That'll be amazing.
person one.
We're gonna need all the help we can get to make the best experience ever.
Yeah.
Put that
You
tea
played
back.
Firefall recently?
So what would you say, Brooker?
I said, you put that T back. That's how you delete that T and shit.
Teabag.
Oh yeah, I put the tea back in shit.
KCTs, by the way. If
Yeah.
anybody's wondering, we are all drinking KCTs. They're delicious.
Hennessy, Sprite, and lemon,
If
delicious,
anybody's wondering, I'm drinking Albertson's whiskey bourbon
and hot soup.
and hot soup.
Well, I mean, he's got to fucking stay nutrient and shit. You know, nutrition. Soup.
I need my sustenance.
He needs a sustenance.
You gotta
You
keep-
consider it fun.
You gotta keep an MBG member healthy
Exactly.
with heartburn or
We should-
nutrition.
We should do a health segment. Maybe we could like talk about like a keto recipe like every month or something.
I'm over healthy.
You have so much nutrition over there.
I have more nutrition than I need. I will gladly donate to
I
anybody
also-
that feels entirely too skinny.
What were you saying though, Jared? You say we should do a what recipe? Like every month?
Oh, I was saying like we should do like a health segment every month or every other month and talk about like something to do healthy or
This
You
is
know,
not.
like-
That doesn't matter.
Your whiskey.
I don't know. It was just a random idea.
No. I like your idea. I like your idea.
We can totally talk about the ketogenic diet and pizzas.
Yeah, I think we should promote that. I think we should promote that for sure.
For sure. Yeah, we can do
I mean,
that.
low carb diets are always a good way to go. Fuck bread.
Well, I mean, we're not stating anything on facts there, are we?
Fuck bread.
Yeah, fuck bread.
Yeah,
That's
fuck
an
bread.
opinion.
Yeah, fuck bread. Like Wonder Bread, worst thing that ever happened.
I like eating bread, but I hate what it's made out of, and I hate what it goes into your body. I hate everything. It's
You make your own bread?
I could really care less. Food is food to me, so
You're probably skinny.
I actually am.
Yeah.
I really, I am very fit. I have a six pack. Do you have a six pack?
Are you talking to me or Jarrett?
I'm talking to you.
Yes, I do. Actually,
I hate you.
I rock climb, dude.
He's a rock climber.
I've been rock climbing for 5 years now. I am.
I want to
Tone
see
as
him.
fuck.
I want to fucking see him.
Yeah.
Funny thing is, I'm about 5'5" and about 110 pounds, so I have like no muscle on me.
You are a small man.
I
am
really
very
want to see
small.
what Mal looks like. That's who I want to see.
I don't.
I do.
I imagine him like wearing like a kimono or something.
Anyways, a Firefall. You recently played Firefall, is that correct?
Are you asking me? I'm guessing.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Yeah. Well, I didn't know if Brooker played it or anybody
Nope.
else. Yeah, I started playing Firefall, and it's like
Did you beat it?
I don't think you can beat it. It's like a MMO.
Yeah, dude, it's like Guild Wars 2. You can't beat Guild Wars 2.
you can beat Guild
You
Wars.
can't beat Guild Wars 2. Shut
You
the fuck
can
up.
beat Guild Wars
Shut the
2.
fuck up.
There
You know-
might be
you know when
an
you
end
beat Guild Wars
game.
2?
When you shut the fuck up.
Does Guild Wars 2 have an end game? I don't know because I've only gotten to level 4.
Endgame is really with Guild Wars 2. It's more about getting a legendary ascended armor and the legendary's ascended stats, but
Completing your story and your.
oh yeah, completing the story, completing fractals, pretty much getting top end armor, top end weapons, and there's really nothing else you can do.
All right, I take that back. I'm sorry.
But you can complete the story, so that's kind of an ending, you know, like
and I mean, they actually have like a customized story for your, you know, what you pick at the beginning. So, to like a point, right, guys?
Well, yeah, because you actually when you're building your character, there's actually different sections of like what you would perceive as your character. Like it gives you like a couple options to be like, you know, my character grew up in the slums, so you know he has a harder life, or you know, it actually goes more in depth than to actually adjust your story until about roughly about when you pick. There's like 3. There is the Vigil, there is the Priory, and there is the Whispers. So, and then pretty much at that point, it becomes a general 3-part story with most people what they go through. Yeah.
sweet.
Yeah.
And I mean,
Anyways,
personalization's always good.
well, yeah.
Is Guild Wars 2 free?
No, you actually have to buy the game, which I believe is like $45.
They if you want us to like let you know, they have like half off sales all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me
Like
know.
every couple of months they'll do like half off, and you can get the heroic edition, which
You get
I bought the
extra
game
shit
and I didn't get a free upgrade for. I don't know why.
Fuck them.
because ArenaNet's awesome. That's really it.
Yeah, I don't know if Firefall has an end game. I would assume it probably has, you know, the quest probably ends somewhere, but where that is, I don't know.
Well, I mean, how story driven is it? Is there like a big story, or do you feel like
Yeah, there's a lot of story to it. There's a lot of lore in it. Reminds
Lord.
reminds me a lot of Borderlands as far as the not the story itself, but I can hear what you're saying, Cody. I can hear everything. You can't cover your mouth. This isn't like this isn't like
Who's laughing?
I am not laughing.
Was that in the Goodfellas with fucking Joe Pesci's all talking to that guy, and they're all standing out on the street with their cigarettes talking like this so the FBI can't see what they're saying and shit. Anyways, off on a tangent. Good movie though. It is very story driven. It is very story driven.
So how's like the combat set up? I mean, is it group oriented, kind of like Guild Wars, or you can hop in with people, or is it like traditional MMO, like you were talking about earlier?
It's like Guild Wars. You can jump into people will be battling shit and doing shit, and you can jump into what they're doing like anywhere in the world. But you can also go lone wolf it and do your own missions too.
So it is similar to Guild Wars 2.
Yeah.
Do they like reward you for working with people?
Yeah, I think if you party up with people and do missions, you get like extra XP and better drops and stuff like that.
Which is good. I mean, they're promoting community then.
There's also these things called thumpers, and it's like a usable item, which is like a drill that gets launched down to Earth on this missile thing, and it like sticks in the ground and it pumps nutrients out of the ground, and you have to defend it while swarms of enemies come. And if you protect it till it's done drilling, you get a bunch of nutrients and XP and all this shit. And you can like see people just doing this randomly in the world, and you jump in and help them and just get XP and drops and shit. So
Sorry.
I was just gonna say there's like a more like co-op shit. It's not just missions. There's also PvP and you know other game modes and missions and shit.
Have you dabbled in PvP?
I haven't tried the PvP yet on it. No.
Do you think it'd be fun?
Yeah, I think it'd be fun.
Is the skill base, is it more, you get like 10 skills, or is it more macro keybinds?
It's kind of like macro keybinds, like as far as by that, do you mean you only get a few certain amount of skills and you
Well,
press?
I know Guild Wars 2 has max 10 skills. Well, depending on your class, some classes have up to, I believe, F4, and that's only select
25.
classes.
What? 25 skills.
No, I'm talking about that suite.
The F series.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah. Anyways, you can only have up to like 14 skills at max, I believe, and it's not more macro based. It's more about like timing. So it's not so like you have to like do this many skills to like do this much damage shit. That's why
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if it was like typical skill based like most MMOs where you have like 30 fucking skills and you have like keybinds and macros and shit.
No.
Yeah, you gotta have like fucking.
Yeah,
Only this mouse.
each person only has like 4 or 5 skills that can be equipped at one time. When you
Yeah.
first start off, you can only have 1 skill that can be equipped. All my guys are level 5, and I can only use like 1 or 2 skills at a time. And some of them are kind of like Borderlands type ones. I keep having to refer to Borderlands, but it feels like Borderlands. Like there's a guy who can drop a turret. You know, there's somebody who can like buff everybody and make you stronger. There's like different power-ups that people can use. But mainly what you're doing most of the time is just shooting with your gun.
Oh, that's cool.
So so it's like an FPS MMO.
You can play in third person and first person view. Most people probably play in third person as it's the default.
Is there like, do you get to like point your gun and whatnot?
Yeah, kind of. Some of the guns you can aim down the sights. Some of them you can't. Like if you have a minigun, you can't aim down the sight. Stuff like that.
Gotcha.
So it's basically Warframe meets Guild Wars 2, or any other open-based like world.
It does have similarities with Warframe, but the closest thing I would say it's like is Borderlands. I'd have to keep going back to Borderlands. And like if you've ever played Defiance I think borrows a lot from Borderlands, like the online multiplayer team up shoot stuff, do little missions and run around with guns. It's the same thing as that, pretty much.
I'll
It's
say I
like
definitely really wanted to play Defiance. I read reviews on it, and it looked like a really interesting game.
I heard it got repetitive real quick.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll say it looked like a really interesting game the way I read about it, and a lot of reviews.
It's not bad. It's not bad. I've played that too. I actually have that installed. If you ever play it, let me know.
Fair enough. Brooker, I see that you wanted to do multi-stream recording.
Yes. So I was actually I was thinking about this a couple days ago. So I was thinking like maybe throw it on the YouTube channel, whatever. But do games where like we don't necessarily need like different perspectives. Not like a first-person shooter, but like let me pull up a list of games. Something like where you're both on the screen. It's kind of like a platformer, maybe like the game Broforce. I don't know if you guys heard of that. I think I talked to Joel a little bit about it.
Broforce looks awesome.
Yeah, like games where you really only need one person to stream it or record it, but you can still get see what everyone else is doing, if that makes sense.
So you're talking multi-stream. You're talking
Like we all play together.
multiple streams
but you
on
don't-
one stream.
What?
Multiple screens on one stream.
Well, you could either do that, but like what I mean with like Broforce is you always see everyone that's there.
Okay.
So only one person would really have to stream it.
Yeah, only one
we could
person
all
would
be
really
playing
have to stream it,
together.
and you would see what everyone is doing. It's not like if we were all to stream Payday or Minecraft or something like that, where you have to go to each individual channel to see what that person is doing. Granted, that would be a good way to like kind of cross people over and get more followers and subs and all that, but it would be easier for people to see everything that's going on in case they don't want or don't have the ability to pull up 3 or 4 or 5 windows and be able to watch all perspectives at once.
All right. Well, I want to do this. I know what you're talking about. I wanted to do this. I want to figure out a way to do this where we could stream to our server, and then it loads up on our. We have our own Twitch, Murder Beards Gaming, and it puts a screen in each corner. Say 4-player, just like Payday 2. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
And then then everybody streams essentially to the server, and then the server pushes it over to Murder Beards. With everybody gets a corner.
Yeah,
And-
I have seen that done too, and that's also a really cool idea.
And instead of pulling up like a multi-Twitch where they would have to load up multiple channels, they don't have the bandwidth, they can't watch them all.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I get what you're
Like,
saying.
you could do that for games where you can't see what everyone's doing on. Like, let me see, like, Broforce is, like, the best example I have right now. And if you guys ever played, Battle Block Theater, it's the same way, where even though, I'm trying to think of how to phrase this, I had it and I just lost it. I had the exact explanation and I just completely lost it. So like FPS, like, do you guys know what I'm trying to say?
I get you're talking about like what we were trying to do with Saints Row 4, where we wanted to do a Twitch and then we were gonna, edit it, split it, and then host it up on YouTube.
That, and wow, I just heard my echo. Wow, I said that really loud. That, and like with Broforce and Battle Block Theater, like, no matter how far the other person goes to the other end of the screen, like even if I'm playing with someone else like on another system, I can still see them the entire way over. Like the screen zooms out as they go away, so I can always see what the other person is doing too. It's not like I'm just assuming they're doing whatever, and then the viewers can also see it.
You're talking about so people can see what all is going on with everybody.
Yeah, even if it was just like one channel streaming it, you'd still be able to see what both people are doing the entire time.
Yeah, the only thing that I've ran into with the issue with this is I don't know how we're going to make it so we have audio, because saying you're in a different area with first person and I'm in a different area, we're both doing different things. I mean, they're going to overlap and there's going to be different sounds. That's like the only thing that I'm trying to figure out here.
Well, like,
TeamSpeak push to
like-
talk.
What's that?
TeamSpeak push to talk.
Well, like the games I'm suggesting, like,
Would it be any different than just like something like we're doing now? I mean, usually you only have one person talking anyway, so.
See, but he's talking like streaming to Twitch and having 2 screens with both
Right, so you can
persons.
see
But
like
both
everybody
persons.
else is doing.
See, but then
No. He's saying no. He's not saying have 2 screens. He's saying have 1 screen. Only one person streaming, 1 game, 1 streamer, 1
but
screen.
yes.
But we're all playing the same game, and we're all showing on that 1 screen because it's a game where it shows everybody on the same screen. We don't have to have multiple people streaming. We only need 1 person streaming, so have that 1 person stream. Everybody get on TeamSpeak and talk on TeamSpeak. Their sound will come through to their stream, so the people watching will be able to hear everybody talking and see everybody playing, but only 1 person has to be streaming it, and it could be streamed like on the Murderbeards channel or something, you know?
That would be cool, but another cool thing would be is if you could actually do windows, everybody, because like
that's what they're talking about.
yeah,
Windows and
like
then one
Ministry
stream
Windows
going out.
8.1.
Well, no. Windows would be another thing.
That everybody's like, you see everybody's on the map. Like, everybody's running around and playing, and you basically see his point of view, but you can also see other players.
I got what you were saying, Brooker.
You know what I'm saying, Hound. I'm trying to pull up a good.
That's what I'm getting out of this.
No,
It'd be like if we were playing an arcade game, like Simpsons Arcade or something. Everybody's on the same screen, okay? You don't need 4 videos of each of the same exact screen because everybody sees the same exact thing. You don't
Right.
need multiple videos of that. It's only 1 video, 1 screen.
Because you can see your teammates on that one person screen anyway.
Yeah, but it would only work in certain games where you could see everybody. In games like other games, you wouldn't be able to do that in most
Like,
games.
MMOs would be a little bit rougher.
That you would need multiple videos. That would
Right,
you.
because it focuses kind of on your one character. Not only that, is each build, like especially if they're trying to learn, like say you're trying to run a dungeon or something, and you want to learn that build, they'd want to see what everybody else is running, so they can kind of build that same thing and how it's used.
So something similar to probably Army of Two.
This
Yeah,
is what
but-
I'm talking about. Go to like 6 minutes 15 seconds, and you'll see kind of what I'm talking about.
I'm not sure, John. 6.
Yeah.
Okay, I see what
So
you're
you
saying.
see, like, no matter, like, this is one person recording it, but no matter how far the other person gets away, you always see that person no matter what.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's
which
not
is
like it's just focusing on one person. It always has 2 people
So
on the
something
screen.
like
Big
Terraria
Little Big Planet.
Little Big Planet.
or Little Big Planet, yes.
Terraria doesn't do that, but yeah.
Oh,
I get you.
But yeah,
I get you. Yeah, no, that'd be good. We need to do that. I mean, we gotta find games that do that.
Why don't we create like a Google Drive spreadsheet or like a document, and we can write down all these ideas, and then once we get them all
that's
worked
what
out.
Trello is for.
What's that?
Trello.
Oh yeah, we could do it on Trello too.
But either way, he's saying write down the ideas.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
well,
yeah.
I'm just saying, yeah. Anyway.
But we should write it down, and we should like plan different events. Like, on the 2nd week of this month we're gonna do this multi-stream, or on the 3rd week of this month we're gonna do this stream together, and like start planning things together. I think that would be a good idea.
Well, yeah, definitely. I mean, it would be something that we would probably want to look into.
I think we should also take like a vote, maybe if we can get like some viewers to give us some input on maybe what they'd want to see us stream together. at games
Oh,
like
yeah,
that.
definitely.
That'd be cool, and then maybe whatever one's out, we can pick up those games and all play them.
Yeah, I mean, we love games, so
We love games.
we love games. I mean, we are Murderbeards Gaming. We love games. I haven't played a game in a long time that I haven't liked, and I'm always up for new experiences. I'm sure all these guys are too.
Oh yeah, I mean, I couldn't tell you how many times we've gone to like GameStop, and the guy was just like, "Oh, this is a shitty game," but then we, enjoyed the game.
Oh yeah. Every time I go to GameStop and they're like ringing me out and they're like, "This game's shit," and I'm like, "I don't care. I'm gonna fucking play it," and then I enjoy it.
I mean, it's like
Like-
$5 game.
Like you know when a game's really shitty, okay, and then you have critics.
You know what? And even if we don't enjoy it, at least you see.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a new experience.
You're gonna know the game. You're gonna see it for yourself.
Yeah, we're gonna show you what it's like. So.
Brooker,
Yes.
Deadpool footage leaked. I saw this actually.
Yeah.
I watched
Did you
the
see
video
it?
of I did. I watched the
That
YouTube.
was awesome.
Sadly, it was from like 2 or 3 years ago, though.
Not my shirt.
Yeah, I got my shirt on, guys.
Your icon looks a little small.
That Deadpool looks fucking awesome, man. I
It
thought it
wa-
looked
it's,
really cool.
it's old though. It's like 2 or 3 years old, which is kind of disappointing.
Is it?
Yeah, it was like done in like 2012 or something.
How long have they been working on the movie?
That was just test footage. That they never actually, I don't think, greenlit, like gave it a green light or anything.
That explains why it was all CGI, wasn't it? That's what it looked like to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Deadpool was all CGI in that.
Yeah, that explains why it was all CGI. Maybe it was, like their test.
But
You got approval or something.
But Ryan Reynolds did do the voice and the motion capture for it. And what's actually pretty weird is I think that footage got leaked like 3 or 4 days ago, maybe.
Yeah.
A week ago, something like that. And then just a couple of days ago, I don't know if this photo was leaked or what, but there's also a photo of showing Ryan Reynolds doing the motion capture for like the beginning part where he's like sitting up on the freeway, whatever, drawing, listening to the Gwen Stefani song.
I didn't see the video, but I saw the picture of like him and like with the bubbles and whatnot.
Yeah, yep. But I don't know, I'm still hoping for a Deadpool movie.
Sean.
Hoping it's good.
Sorry, Jim.
Don't make fun of my little paper.
Where's your Murderbeard shirt?
I think it's being washed right now.
Oh,
Yeah, watch that.
yeah.
Anyways, yeah, no, the Deadpool. It looks funny. Did you read any of the older Deadpool comics?
I've read quite a few lately.
Before 06.
Oh, I don't know. Let me look at these, see what years these came out.
Because I know I saw and I read a little bit of Deadpool Kills Marvel. Or
I did not
Deadpool
read that one. I do want to read that one, though.
Kills the Marvel Universe.
There you go. There's a picture for you.
I'm trying to...
Yeah, I just catch that.
There's a picture.
No, I don't think the ones I have are before 06. It looks like the earliest one I have is...
Sorry.
See ya, nobody knows what
sorry.
we're doing.
We're looking at a picture Jared posted. We will put it up in the video description. Sorry, Brooker, you were talking.
Yeah, I think the oldest one I have is like 08 or something. But I do want to read Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe. I've heard that's really good.
I read that Deadpool before, I forget what creator took him over, but he used to be a lot more like sinister. He used to be a lot more dark and not nearly as comedic.
Sarcastic.
Yeah, I don't really know. Like I said, most of the stuff I have is relatively new. I don't know when
Deadpool's a
came
somewhat newer character, isn't he? Like he's only been around since the 90s or something.
Yeah, he was supposed to be like a comedic equal to what's his name? Deathstroke from Batman and like DC and stuff. Like they made him to like make fun of Deathstroke.
That's funny. I didn't know that.
Yep.
I feel kind of stupid now.
Yeah,
I
it's
didn't know that.
created in
Deathstroke's
It's great
badass,
because Marvel and DC have always been, the giants.
First, Deadpool was first published in February of '91.
He's a pretty young character.
24 years? 23 years?
23.
Ah!
We have a 4D simulator here.
Now I feel sad because Sean was making fun of my picture.
You know, dude, if I had the computer in front of the bigger, like
Yeah.
a printer, I would probably just print a bigger one just to mock you. But I don't.
Make it bigger next time. That's what you're saying.
Well, if you wanna.
Okay.
I would just get it with the mock you, honestly. I could just like sneak away and then come back with a bigger one.
Space Engine?
Space engine.
Space engine.
What about the space engine?
All right, NASA. We're going off into a little bit of tech stuff, I guess, from this point on. Unless we have anything more gaming really to talk about. We're gonna hit up some tech things because we're all techs, and you know what? Technology is amazing.
I have one more gaming thing to talk about.
Go for it.
Yeah.
The Old Republic. You guys should try it out. I'm serious. If you like
Knights of
Star
the Old
Wars-
Republic.
No, just the Old Republic, the MMO.
Oh, okay.
The
Star
free-
Wars.
Is this like an old game?
No.
Sell it to me.
No, it's new. Sell it to you. Well, it's made by BioWare, makers of the Mass Effect series, and it includes some of the same dialogue choosing parts of the story, whereas in Mass Effect, you could encounter an enemy and you enter into a conversation with them, and you could either A, say fuck you and shoot him, or you could B, try to talk them out of fighting you and then make them run away or be scared. It's got the same type of shit in the Star Wars. Like, you'll come up to somebody and there's a dialogue and you can pick what you want to say to them.
But is that based off your character's actual persuasive stats, or is that based off?
It's an MMO.
It's based off of that, but also you can choose to be good or bad. So, like, the more evil things that you do, the more evil options are unlocked for you to do, or the more good that you are, the more good things that you're able to do. Like,
So it has somewhat of a Fable feel.
Kind of.
Because they had the intimidating factor along with Fable.
Is it first person or third?
It's third person. It's like Guild Wars, World of Warcraft, the same, Lord of the Rings Online, same type of view.
Sorry, we have a fanboy here.
Yes. Hell yeah, man. I love it, dude. I play as a fucking Sith warrior, and I'm evil as fuck.
Fucking Sith Lord.
I got
Does that make him better when you say it like that?
I got a slave girl, and she has a shock collar on her neck, and when she acts up, I can, like, turn on her shock collar and, like, electrocute her and shit. She keeps asking me to be free. One day, the Sith Lords gave me a spaceship. They gave me a spaceship so I can travel the galaxy, because once you hit a certain level, you get a spaceship. You can, like, fly around to different planets and shit. I was so happy I took her collar off, and I kind of regret doing that, because I'm supposed to be a bad guy, but I, like, did something good, and I really fucking regret it now.
Put that shoe back on her.
Space engine.
All right. Tech stuff.
What do you
NASA is working on a space engine right now, which I think is pretty cool. And if all initial tests go good, they're hoping to get that this engine will be capable of going to Mars within weeks instead of months.
Get to Mars.
Get your ass to Mars.
Get your
Yeah.
ass to Mars.
Total. What?
Sounds really fast.
Sounds really fast.
It sounds
yes.
really fast.
Yes. Fast is good.
I like fast.
Yep.
Yeah, how fast exactly does it go?
I don't know.
So
Faster
fast.
than me, I bet.
All the
Faster than the old engines.
All the fast.
Oh, okay.
I just saw the article, read a little bit about it. I thought it was intriguing. I don't know, just
But you know what we really need from NASA is they need to get us the damn elevator up there.
the space elevator.
Yes.
Damn, it is for a space elevator.
I bet you it's not as fast as my spaceship in the Old Republic.
Be awesome. They have it in the Old Republic.
Nothing.
Oh, okay.
So with the continuation of tech stuff, a new law was passed August 1st with Obama. Unlocking phones is now legal. I don't
What's
know
legal?
how that. Excuse me?
What's legal?
Unlocking phones.
It should
Oh.
be.
Well, I mean, but in 2012 there was a big thing. I mean, I'm sure you heard about it. Apple was part of it. It was a big thing with the jailbreaking and whatnot, and the companies were just trying to say, no, you can't fucking do this.
But you own your phone. Just
But you own your phone, but you can't do what you want.
Kind of like Sony tried to do when they had the PS3 and they hacked that, and they try to say that you don't actually own the device. It's just a contract. It's theirs.
Yeah.
You just lifetime rent it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lifetime
Stupid. You know, there's speaking of phones, another cool thing that I found out, the FCC actually released another law is that if you have internet on your phone, you have to have a legal right to get it off. So for like people that want to use their phones as a hotspot, they're probably going to charge you for that, but you can use a software, it's an app, and I'm gonna actually ask a guy across the room. I think it's FoxFi, correct? Yeah, it's FoxFi. And you can actually buy this app on the App Store. I don't know about Android, or not Android, but Apple. But
Thank you,
can buy
guy
it.
across the room.
I don't think you heard him.
No.
Anyway.
No, I heard it.
Okay.
But it's FoxFi. Anyways, yeah, you can plug your USB into your phone and basically take your internet off. So if you have unlimited bandwidth or you just need it quick, you can do that now. Before they wanted to charge you like $30 a month to do that.
Talking about to make it a hotspot or to
We
use
can't-
like Wi-Fi
you
for
can't-
internet instead of using their data.
You can't use your Wi-Fi. You can't make your phone a hotspot. They're most likely going to charge you for that. But you can plug in with your phone directly to a USB to your computer using a FoxFi software, and then it'll pull the internet from your phone to your computer. And then if you have a laptop, you could share that out.
So
using
your
AdBlock.
phone broadcasts the internet from your house, essentially.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you just can't use wireless because they're still going to probably charge you for that feature. But you could do, hardwire it and then share it off your laptop if you wanted to.
So it'd be like a router.
It'd be like a router, yes. Routers. So that was kind of exciting because I have a $30 internet bill on my phone and unlimited data, and I can't use my internet off, and it was kind of pissing me off. So I'm really glad the FCC did that. That's great.
Good stuff.
It is good stuff.
You got any more tech stuff to talk about?
Okay, I will say this, but I don't know a lot about it, and I could be completely wrong on every part of it. So, but I'm gonna
Be
say,
warned.
be warned. This is a new technology that might be coming out in a few years. They're making a new kind of memory, and as far as I know, it's for storage medium. It's called R memory, and basically, it's gonna be like a terabyte. They say in the size of like your fingernail. So, expect maybe in mobile devices, lower power requirements, and a heck of a lot more storage.
Possibly laptops.
Possibly less SSDs. They're saying.
SSDs.
And I guess it's supposed to be more reliable. They didn't say much about speed, so I don't know about transfer rates and stuff. But hopefully,
Is it going to be like a moving media, like older hard drives, or are they talking
Or
like? Are they
non-mechanical,
talking?
like
Yeah, they're talking like SSDs, flash drives.
it's definitely like a type of flash memory.
Okay.
It's I guess it's made out of like some kind of silicon stuff. I don't know. But anyways, there's like holes in it, like 5 nanometer holes, I guess, and somehow they apply voltage to that. And that's how they get the data. Then they flip it around and apply negative voltage on the other side of these holes, and they fill up. And I guess that's how it soaks up the data. I don't really know.
Soaks it
I'm
up.
not an engineer, but they say it's
Like my soup.
it has a lot more storage capacity than like your typical SSDs or your like SD cards and all that kind of stuff. Anything flash memory. So
What'd you
that's awesome.
What'd you say, Berkeley?
I said soaks it up like a sponge.
Ah.
Like a really big sponge, but really small.
So it's like a micro SD, but
Yeah. So like
kind of.
like the
more
SDs you guys.
efficient.
Right. Like the SDs you guys have put in your phones. I mean, they're talking like terabytes on those things. I think you can get like a 128 now. Is
I
the
know you
biggest-
can get like a 256.
Yeah, I don't know about the micros. I know the SDs you can, but yeah, they're talking terabytes either way. So
It's retarded.
that's
On your
awesome.
phone.
On your
On
phone.
your fucking
And
phone.
can you imagine? It's gonna come probably factory with that. You're just gonna have a terabyte phone. You'll be like, oh, this is awesome.
What are you gonna do with a terabyte on your phone, though? I mean,
put shit on.
I'm gonna put shit on.
what
it.
the
Lots
fuck
of
are you gonna
shit.
put on a terabyte on your phone?
Everything.
Music.
I'm gonna put movies.
Music,
I'm gonna
yeah.
put music. I'm gonna put porn.
Porn.
I'm gonna put porn. I'm gonna put everything.
Dude, screens are so big now. They're miniature TVs.
They're
They're
tablets. Yes.
You
Yes.
could put the Old Republic on.
What'd you say, Jared?
I said you could put the Old Republic on your phone.
See? Yeah, I mean, honestly, they're becoming laptops, essentially. I mean, the amount of power that a phone can put out is ridiculous.
I don't think phones will ever replace any sort of computer that we have going. I mean, I
To a
understand that
point,
they
it
are
might.
computers, but they're not going to
To a
replace.
point, it might.
I have
Not keyboards and mice. They're just.
Well, yeah,
I
but
really don't feel they're going to
You can
go.
hook
I
it
mean,
up to it.
I-
You do.
I understand you can do that, but I just don't.
Here's something really cool.
You know.
Speaking of replacing computers, another new kind of thing I ran across in the dark past of the internet is phones are apparently going to start running maybe an x86 platform chip.
So
Meaning that
actually,
we can install Windows.
computer architecture.
Yes, we can install Windows on those 8-core processors that we have in phones. I mean, ridiculous, and 4 gigs of RAM in these things. I mean, that's absolutely insane. So, yeah, I guess they're going to put x86. We could actually put Windows 7 or Windows 8 on your phone and play games.
Fuck Windows 8.
I can play StarCraft on that.
You could. Like I said,
By
my
the
phone right
Asians.
now, the Note 2 is almost equivalent to an Athlon dual core, which is respectable for a phone.
That is, alright, I'll give you that. That is respectable for a phone. What'd you say, Brooker?
I said then you can get beat by Asians when you play
Get beat by
StarCraft.
Yeah, because we're gonna be like a touch like this. Ah!
IT.
Yeah.
IT.
Shit's not gonna work.
But I mean, with the phone nowadays, I still have my old E-machine, which I had like a single core Athlon processor.
We're talking
good
2002.
for security.
Yeah,
We're talking a 2002 computer.
I mean, like, I had a Samsung Galaxy S2. I mean, that phone only had a dual-core mobile in it, but I mean, at the same time, it still had more processing power than my single-core Athlon desktop. I mean, it's ridiculous how far in technology we've actually progressed.
But that E-machine has one good purpose still. It's a great IT replacement for a baseball bat because you can throw it at somebody. and
That
probably
thing
kill them.
is a baby. That thing is a baby killer. That case is
It's
a
stupid
tank.
heavy.
That thing is a tank.
You could repeat if you can pick it up. You could probably repeatedly beat somebody over the head with it. Well, probably only once. Is all it's gonna take. But you can keep going if you're that kind of guy, I guess.
Oh yeah. I don't know. There was an app that was popped up, so I'm gonna see who it picks. Oh, it's Sean. Okay.
Congratulations, you're
Get
the
that thing
dog.
off my face.
Alright,
Did anybody have anything else to talk about?
DDR4.
DDR4?
DDR4 is going to be fucking awesome.
Well, yeah.
I do.
Dance Revolution. No, I'm just kidding.
DDR4 is gonna be awesome. Like you're thinking, like I think 3200 megahertz
I
RAM.
would say it's pretty much been doubled since.
Yeah,
And, like, I mean, the minimum size that you can have on a chip, like, you can't go any smaller than 2 gigs. Like, 2 gigs is the smallest you can go on a chip on DDR4, so I'm easily expecting to see computers with 128 gigs of RAM.
Easily.
Amazing.
Yeah, I mean, that's.
I don't know what you're gonna use it for, but you can have it.
I mean,
Yeah,
why not?
exactly, you can have it. You don't
tell
need to
your buddy
use
that he
it.
doesn't have it.
I mean, that goes with the most computer enthusiasts. They want the absolute top of the line. I mean, it's no matter what it is. I mean, and then they just sell their computer and get the next
And we'll
big
build it.
thing. Well, yeah, exactly.
And
We'll
we
do
can build custom.
MPG custom computers. We will build it.
And I'll sleeve
That's
it.
it.
If you want it sleeved, you want some colors, you let me know. I'll do it.
We got them colors.
We got those colors.
Got the murder brick.
I don't care if you want pink. I'll do it. I won't do it happily though.
Yeah. But that seems to be it, unless anybody else has anything else to add. No? Alright, well, that is it for this night's podcast. If you want to get a hold of us, you can get us at mbg or murderbeardsgaming.net, or you can email us at murderbeardsgaming@gmail.com. That is it for tonight's podcast. That will be every night at Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And that's it for tonight's podcast. You guys have a good night. If you have anything else, you can comment below, or you can also follow us at Google Plus or YouTube, and
Or Facebook.
Or Facebook. We're pretty much
Or
at
Twitter, we're everywhere.
Wherever you
at
wanna go.
every social media.
You're
You can
there.
get a hold of us.
Get a hold of us.
Thank you for watching.
Exactly. If there's anything else you want us to talk about or any games you want us to play or stream, let us know. You guys have a good night. Thank you for watching.
Bye.
Bye-bye.